I'm just recording this video to provide an example of what the main difference is when it comes to the technology of what they were using at the time, which was, of course, a 24-track 2-inch tape machine, or actually two of those, versus a DAW. Seeing that the approach they are using to recording some sections and bits, as they mention themselves, is very different to a DAW approach, but then I'm actually using a DAW, so all of the negative aspects, or at least difficult aspects associated with tape that they were facing, basically, or having to deal with, I don't. So this is just a quick example of what the main difference is. So if I record like the intro to Hysteria, the clean tone here, I've got a click track, so I recorded just the first bit, and what they would have done is basically punched in, let me listen, let's see. They would have punched in here, and then Phil Collin would have played the following. Then it would have stopped again, and then you would have punched in again. So if I do that here in the DAW, what I would do, as I'm recording myself alone now, I would play it here. So obviously, as you can tell here, I recorded over the audio that's already there. Or I could have used the count-in alternatively. So that means I don't miss the beginning, and I can land it and get a feel for what was recorded first. But obviously on tape, because if I fade this now, a bit crude, but gives you the idea. But it just gives you an example. It sounds a bit weird, but yeah. So here, that's what I did basically. And if one was using tape, obviously, it would be destructive if the punch came in too early, meaning it would erase whatever was on the track. So if I had punched in about here, where I did punch in for this digital second chord take, that makes sense. On tape, this whole bit of information would have been gone, and then you'd have been left with this, approximately. Oh. Then it would have stopped, and then it would have started there again. So that goes to show how much easier it is to do it in the DAW. And that's kind of obvious, but you know, if I was using an actual 2-inch tape machine, or any tape machine for that matter, here now alone, it would be very difficult to both play and record and punch myself in, unless I had some kind of foot switch. But even then, it'd be very difficult to do, because you kind of have to anticipate when to come in, and that's something that's pretty big of a difference compared to tape. That's something you don't have to worry about in the DAW, because it's not destructive. And if I record over this, yeah, I can easily just fade it and move it around, which isn't the case on tape. Of course, there are ways around this potentially, but yeah, anyway, this is just to show that as I'm engineering myself, it's a lot easier to I guess not even punch, but I guess prematurely punch myself in, rather than having to do it on the exact, or in the exact spot where it has to happen, like on tape, because I couldn't do that alone, which explains why obviously there were assistants and a producer and engineer present originally, or when people used to use tape, because that's just necessary. So yeah.